what better way to start off a video than, well, a giant unmarked box. And I don't know if you guys are going to know by the video of this what it is, because I'll probably blur it out to some extent, but welcome to another episode of Look at What I Found on the Hopup app. And basically what that means is I picked this up used from somebody else's hands, given a replica a new home, and we're going to take a quick look at it, make sure it functions, see what kind of fancy packaging job they do, because sometimes people do the weirdest packing jobs on the planet, and it's always fun to get those on video. Helps for my security purposes to see everything in case anything breaks during transit. And then after we kind of take a quick look at it, we do like an on the table thing. I will obviously do a full review video of it where I go through all the things like the testing, the takedown, and all the fun junk that everybody likes to see. Something a little bit more like cinematic. But this is just like the unboxing on the table. So I will say, first and foremost, the person I picked this up from was extremely nice, and they also kept me in the loop while they were boxing and sending everything, so that's really cool. So I kind of have an idea of what I'm getting into here. You can see the entire box is covered in tape. It looks like a giant brick of some white dust. That's totally fine. Let's just, I guess, cut right into it here. I've just blocked off a bunch of the spots where it said like addresses and stuff for security purposes, but other than that, I have not opened this box yet. Oh, I forgot. He also wrapped it in Christmas gift wrapping, I guess just for added security. That's cool. Okay, so this is something that I have wanted for quite some time, and there's a reason for this. I will try and save any of that information for after I pop the box completely open, because I've actually owned one of these before, but from a different company, and to say that I was unpleased with it is an understatement, and I'll explain that afterwards. Just pop this guy open. Lots of tape on here. Obviously, it's just shipped in the box that it came in, which is totally fine because usually there is foam and stuff that help cushion the entire thing while it's in transit to begin with. I think that should be enough to pull it on out of the box. Yeah, you probably just saw the picture of it. This is the famous KSG, and this is the one from Golden Eagle, or EMG licensed. Now, originally I actually owned the Tokyo Marui variant of this thing, and it broke instantly. Honestly, when TM makes products, they do a phenomenal job. I think the KSG they did a not so great job with. There was a lot of fine moving parts in there, which honestly just didn't need to be in there. Also, one of the parts on the inside of it, it was like this tri-loading ramp that loaded all three BBs up into the nozzles, or up into the barrels, and they were atrocious. It just snapped, and there was no printed parts available, no replacements available. I'm hoping this one doesn't have those same problems. I also have some cool upgrades for it that I want to throw on that are completely proprietary to the KSG, and I think that would be really cool too. But again, it's just in the box. I'm not going to wind up keeping the box. I don't really care for it. Interesting. I wonder why the handle of this says okay. Can't imagine why. All right, and I know there's a couple like custom things that he did to this, like just sticker-wise, so I'm gonna wind up probably removing those just so I can decorate it my own way. And everything looks like it's all included. It even has the original like Keltec license card, the speed loader. These like clear style shells are arguably some of my favorites. I think the glossy finish on here looks a little bit too fake, but I like the ones that come with the Jag Arms ones. Those shells are really nice. And then, of course, the KSG. We'll just take one of the shells out for now, and we'll get the box out of here because I don't need it right now. Let's take a look at the KSG. Love that the orange tip has already been taken off. Oh, it looks like he just cleaned the paint off. Is that there a cap on there? Okay, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to wind up actually covering this anyways because I picked up one of the Ace Tech tracers. It's like a first look. It's got some sort of like a honeycomb sticker on there. I'm probably going to wind up removing. I assume this is the original sticker that's on there that comes with the replica. And then like a Velcroed sticker patch on there. Hopefully I can get all that off without all that glue residue being there, because I have a different way that I want to hold the shells on too. Now, let's see. That's your safe, and that's your fire. I don't think there's any shells in it. Okay, so there's some gas in there. Okay, so first things first, I will say that the pump, like the actual action of it, is a lot smoother than the Tokyo Marui's variant. I don't know if it's supposed to come with iron sights. The iron sights aren't on there. I don't really care. I'm going to throw something else on there too. And I think the spot that you put the gas in is in the back. I don't really know how to remove the pad, but it should be under this rubber butt pad. I think you got to pop it off every time. Hopefully that doesn't become super loose or you don't wind up like just tearing apart the butt pad. What's really cool about this one instead, besides like the Tokyo Marui variant, is if you could see, to load your little gas reservoir, you can load it while it's already inserted inside the KSG. The TM variant used to be on the inside, so you weren't able to load it while it's inside. You actually had to take it out, and that just pushes straight back in. And there's a button there that you push upwards, and it pops that guy outwards. If I can pull that out. Reservoirs are a little on the heavier side. Obviously your fill valve, that's where the gas ejects into the rear of the KSG. Cool, put this back on. I don't think we need that off for anything else. Got some like sling points on there. I do believe the takedown is a lot simpler on here too. Like it's like a simple, almost real steel style takedown where you're just popping different pins out. What's really cool about the KSG2 is like real steel variant, it's a dual tube feed. So what you can do is switch this lever, it'll feed from one side, and then when you run out of rounds on that side, you could switch it and it'll feed from the opposing side. So you have like double the round capacity in these tubes. However, with the Airsoft variant, one is for storage and the other one is for fire. And I think, yeah, okay, so the one on the far right side is for fire purposes, and that ejects. So if you see, you pull this little lever, and it'll shoot that guy out. And then the one on the left is just storage. You should be able to push that in there also. Yeah, and that side is just for storage. Also, will eject out. Cool. I don't think this little lever does anything at all. It's just there because it's on there, and the real steel one's a little bit like wobbly. I wonder if I could tighten that down with the screw maybe. Let's see. Looks like it's like an Allen key. See if I can tighten that down so it doesn't wobble as much. That might be a little too big. Yeah, it's a little too large. Let's try this one. Hopefully. If not, I could probably stick an O-ring between the screw. Oh no, you could totally tighten that a little bit. Oh yeah, now that's better. Cool. Nice little fix. You can get a cap for this, I know. They're even like available on Amazon. These are cool. Small spots to hold your pins in case you take those out. Your safety. And your fire. That like very authentic Kel-Tec style plastic with all the grip paneling and stuff and whatnot. Well, that's weird. I don't know why. Looking at the trigger, I imagined it would pull straight back, but it's like a lever style trigger. Alright, I cannot look at this thing anymore. I gotta take it off. I hate the fact that it's tan. Hopefully this comes off and doesn't leave residue everywhere. Oh, it looks like if I don't pull carefully, it's totally gonna leave residue everywhere. I don't like totally mind the honeycomb look. It's kind of cool. But I don't think I want it there. I have different plans. I cannot believe how well this is coming off. If it's still sticky afterwards, I totally might stick it to the table so I can put patches on the table. What do we think of that? Oh, come on. Oh. All right. Cool. Why don't I'm just going to stick that to an area of the table. And that way I could stick a patch to it. We'll just put it like over here or something. There you go. Now I can stick one of my patches to the table. I kind of like that. Let's see if I can get this honeycomb stuff off. If it'll peel off all at once or if it's going to be a nightmare. Oh, no. Oh, this is that crap sticker. It's going to leave residue everywhere. It's like not the residue that's going to be hard to get off, but it's going to be a pain in the butt to get off. Okay, we'll attack that a little bit later. Cool, so we got a ton of rail space on the top and on the bottom. There's a couple of unique things, too, that Keltec does. They offer, like, these crazy little hand guards on them, because I know with the rail stay variant, since it's so close to the end of the barrel, if you don't have some sort of a muzzle in here, there's been people in accident that have slipped off here with sweaty hands and blown their hand off, so it's cool. There's a ton of different, like, really cool upgrades for this. One thing that I really love about the KSG, and I think the reason that I wanted to pick one up again, I love replicas that have a lot of proprietary upgrades, not, like, internal, I mean external, where like there's things that are designed specifically for that platform to look good and work with that platform that you can't really use with anything else. And every time I pick one of these up, I always forget how small and thin they are. They always feel like they're larger or thicker when I hold that, or when I like see them online. But I like how tiny that is. It's really not that big after all. Yeah, so it definitely works. Why don't we see if I can grab the speed loader, and we'll try and run some BBs through it really quickly just to see if it works. I'll pop the speed loader out. Obviously it holds gas because there's gas in there. I'll grab our little AEG adapter. I just got to turn this guy on. I'm not going to fire it too many times. Obviously, during testing, we'll run this guy on propane, so I don't particularly know. I imagine there's just green gas in there now. We'll just load one of these little shells up. They should take 30 rounds. Cool. And like I said, it's the far right side. You're just going to put that guy in. Pump it. No? Nothing? Is there no... Some BBs are rolling out. I could feel that. Where'd those BBs go? See, that's an issue. The BBs just rolled back into the stock. That's annoying. Okay, so if you take the mag out, the BBs can roll back into like a hole in the stock. Why don't I grab some gas? We'll just fill this guy up. Nice one-way valve. There's no gas just spewing out. Pop this back in. Whoa. Okay, you got to be really aggressive, otherwise it just leaks gas. Yeah, push that in really aggressively, otherwise it'll just like spit gas a little bit. It's interesting. What's cool is you can carry a bunch of those reservoirs, but I guess the downside is you have to deal with that. Now we'll throw it back in. Whoa. Those went all over the place. I didn't plan on that. I do want to say that feels a lot more powerful than like the standard Jag arms and the TM870. Dang. Oh, I'm excited to chrono that too. It's going to be tough to chrono 3 BBs. I'll probably just put 1 BB through the chamber and then chrono with the single BB. Very, very cool. Is it a... Should have like 3 barrels on the inside there. Yeah, it's got the 3 barrels on the inside there. Really cool. All right, so the KSG. I hope you're excited for this one. I'm really excited to do the review video on this. If you have any suggestions for external upgrades you want to see, let me know. I'm definitely going to throw the A-Stack Tracer on the front of it if I can, but I know there's a bunch of other things that for the KSG are really cool, and like I said, they're proprietary to it, so I'd love to throw some on and just kind of deck this thing out and make it look as tactical as possible. I guess I'll catch you on the next adventure. I don't know if the next video is going to be the full review video on this or not, but it's definitely coming. And remember, helps me a lot if you just hype the video down below. If you'd like right above the comment section, hype the video. It helps push it to more people because YouTube tries to fight us all the time. Anyways, peace.